common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else are you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live show here at Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
Todd Butterfield.
Good to have you guys in here. Shout out to Mohan, Roger Ripple, Crypto Hunter, Clifford Chapman, the Tree Man, Jay Stevens, Crypto Hunter, and the names go on and on. Welcome to all of you for tuning in today. We got a couple people. We got an echo, they say. Echo. What about now, guys? We still got the echo? Can you still hear me?
Echo, echo, echo.
Can you hear me now? Is there an echo?
Turn off PC mic.
Better. Perfect. All right. Well, here we go.
There we go.
You got the intro with the echo. That was on purpose. You know, we had that double echo to give that really important feel to the show. We got a few things we're going to talk about. Not a lot, but we wanted to make sure to go live with you today. You know, we don't want to be... we don't want people to say, hey, we didn't go live because of the red day. Obviously, things aren't looking that great. We're still sideways. I think we moved about $40 from last night's live show. But we are going to talk about a new Tron Dex. Iran being removed from SWIFT. So are they going to be forced to use cryptocurrencies and what that means? And then I am going to warn you about a potential exit scam that is going on right before your eyes with a smaller exchange. Again, this is exchange risk of smaller exchanges. If you are going to get cryptos that are only on smaller exchanges, I would recommend moving them to a hardware wallet or a desktop wallet. Example would be if it's only an ERC20 token on a small exchange, and move it to my Ether wallet or any of those. That way you're not in as much riskiness going on with some of these exchanges seemingly to get exit scammed or get hacked during this bear market. What else is going on here? What you got going on, Todd?
I've had a long day.
I mean, yeah, it's been pretty long.
I tripped over my dog last night about 1 in the morning and just about killed myself. Called the wife at 1. I said, I think I ripped my arm out of its socket. And I might pass out.
You might pass out? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, shit, I was hurting. My arm is totally screwed up.
That's hilarious.
Squished the dog. And so, but I'm here.
What do you guys got going on? And right when we're getting started, what do you guys think is coming next? Let's do a poll, a community poll. Bitcoin to 7,000 or Bitcoin to 6,000? What is first? What is going to happen? Bitcoin to 7K or Bitcoin to 6K? Let's see if you guys are bullish, bearish, or neutral on this topic.
7K or 6K?
Yep. Let's see it.
Whoops. Not 700. I'm going to lead it off.
700? All right, so the coin market cap isn't looking too great. We lost about $1 billion in market cap overnight. Oh. Bitcoin dominance is up a little bit, 52.6%. That leads me to believe that some of this is altcoins giving back some of their gains. ZRX continues to slide. Basic Attention Token continues to slide. And some others are giving back some of their recent gains as well. The only thing green in the top 10 right now is Bitcoin Cash, and just ever so slightly. We do know that Bitcoin Cash has their fork going on. Their Snapchat will be on November 15th. You know my opinion on that. We talked about it in depth yesterday. I've also tweeted about it as well. And all the Patreon members, we've had many discussions pertaining to Bitcoin Cash, SV, and ABC, and what we think is the best course of action on that.
They know nothing!
We're seeing multi-percentage losses on some other ones that we've been liking. Stellar XLM is one of them. Of course, Todd is going to look at a chart. We had a breakout there, but it is coming back to test that former resistance that is now current support. So we'll see if we can hold those levels. The biggest winners for today are Ethera Never heard of it. Up 11% on very small volume, so be careful with that if you guys hold it. Nexo up 7% and Chainlink up 4%. I did send a tweet out about Chainlink. I've been looking at the chart a little bit. This is one I told you that I want to do a review on, but I want to wait till the price comes down because I don't want you guys to get excited at these levels. The weekly chart looks a lot like the ZRX and basic attention token chart, and we all know what has happened the past few days and the past couple weeks for those. I think Chainlink could have the same demise. Chainlink is being pushed up right now off a lot of Twitter hype, a lot of shilling, very little volume, and it's had a multi-week rally that is testing all-time highs as far as its Satoshi value. I believe there will be a pullback. When I tweeted it out, it was at 9,700 sats. Right now, it is already back down to 9,200 sats. So far, that is working out. We'll see what happens here moving into the next couple days and the next couple weeks for this cryptocurrency. If the charts do what they're supposed to do, then I will be doing a review because I do like the long-term future of Link, L-I-N-K, moving forward.
No wonder we're in a trading range because I think we're kind of split between 6,000 and 7,000. So that's why we're in a trading range.
There you go.
And then USDT charts in front of you because somebody mentioned that here, and I did see that happening. So a little bit of weakness on Tether, which who knows what that could bring overnight. So we shall see. Didn't want to interrupt you there, but
you're up.
Am I still up? Well, we got Bitcoin chart has not changed. I'm showing the leading diagonal here, which I still think is an A up or a 1 up. I still kind of like the way they're acting here. And I'm going to show you some 5-minute charts here. Software is bringing in 5-minute data perfectly. We're still having some issues with OP. So arguing with the developers trying to get that fixed because it matters now. We've all seen the software working correctly, so I'm trying to get that fixed. And then tell you why I'm here then. Let's quickly go over the stock market here. We're going to go through a few things. We got, I'd say we come down and test this purple line for a test of the spring. So we've got a pretty good start at that. And actually the technometer now, 39.81. And really, any weakness tomorrow is going to bring that down to 38 and change. So I think probably stocks are trying to bottom out here. Maybe tomorrow, maybe rally another new low the next day, etc. But I think we're going to try the upside again. And let's see. Everything else is kind of neutral. The Wyckoff wave is the only one really giving me anything close to a buy. There's 44 on the Wyckoff wave growth, which is kind of a QQQ. And then let's go to the Spider, SPY. I think it's around 43 or something as well. No, still 47. So still coming down there kind of could be the right shoulder of the head and shoulders. And then the other one here, UUP. The dollar index made the new high like I was talking about. The only reason I didn't sell that short today, because you can see we got the technometer acting extremely strange here at 35.8. You can see the OP has turned down the last 6 days. So a lot of selling going on a new high. So I think that's the smart people selling into that. So watching that one. When the uptrend gives away, I'd probably be short. But for now, I was going to give that a day or two and see what's going on with the OP. I still think if the dollar tops out here in a big way, cryptos are headed higher. So
we got Crispy Glass in here. Welcome back to the live show. It's been a while.
What's
Heard
up,
earlier
Crispy?
today, as of today, we officially have the lowest volatility in 2 years. Is this a good sign of a bullish move? Haven't been catching live streams, but been watching reruns. Thanks, guys.
I think that goes back to that tweet I tweeted out there, 10 days ago or so, where Wyckoff says, when you're coming down to no volatility, that means the composite man has everything under control. And they might spring it or shake it to wipe out, to wipe up the last of the sellers. But yeah, I think I think that's bullish, especially bullish longer term. And then let's go over Square here before we leave me. Square, still 45.55. I stated last night, even if I got to buy on the indices, probably wouldn't get into Square. You can see here the OP selling will not come in on this stock here. So no selling the last 3 days, which means the technometer cannot get oversold because it's a volume-based indicator, basically. Today's action was definitely friendly. I've not purchased Square. And as I said, I don't think you're going to get the technometer buy, but I probably will be looking at this one tomorrow. I think it's still a strong one. So I would look at that here because I like the way the technometer on the Wyckoff wave is acting. So.
And Wolf of BitMEX says, incoming pork blaster on which coin? Wolf of BitMEX, and welcome to the show. And then we got somebody in here loving the action on XRP with the 2 rocket ships. We have been following, and we are long on XRP at the 41 cent level, as well as the 45 cent level after the software gave us a buy just prior to that in the 70s run that it had, and we sold off during that massive rally.
Come back to me, and I'll be ready for some 5-minute charts I'm going to go over.
Uh-oh. And we got S-Taj over here says, not buying Square until the mid-50s. Whoa.
I don't know about that one. We shall see.
So there is a new Tron decentralized exchange blows up after Justin Sun's tweet. Justin Sun is, I guess, the founder or co-founder of Tron. He has been known to be a savvy businessman, has made a lot of hype around Tron, and we've seen that in the price action of TRX in the past. Well, he got wind that there was a Tron-based decentralized exchange. Essentially, a lot of the coin pairings were paired up with Tron. This is probably a big Tron holder trying to give TRX another value proposition by getting more velocity on the network with this trading volume. Of course, Justin Sun had to give them a shout out. A new Tron Dex has recently launched, and it has already seen a surprising amount of popularity. Tronscan.org, if you guys want to try it out, was noticed by Tron founder Justin Sun, who then tweeted about it and pushed its trading volume even higher. Tronscan.org is a decentralized exchange for ERC20 tokens, and it launched at the end of October. It started off listing a number of different TRX pairs and gradually grew its trading volume. Not much else to talk about that. I really was just bringing it to your attention. Here's another kind of value proposition for Tron. I know everybody's kind of indifferent on Tron. Personally, I've been saying since day one that I use TRX as kind of a trading coin. It's been pretty flat as of late, but at the beginning of the year and last year, this thing would have massive pumps and correlating dumps, and it gave you opportunity to trade that and kind of fatten your bag of Bitcoin. But nonetheless, I think this is going to provide some more velocity to the Tron network and give some more value propositions to TRX. I will be a little weary of Tronscan.org as it did just start in October, and most of the volume and hype and notoriety was created by Justin Sun himself. And knowing the personality and the background of Justin Sun, I'm sure he didn't actually do full security check or due diligence on this decentralized exchange. And so be careful with it. But if you got a bunch of TRX and you're looking for some interesting trading pairs, get over there and check it out, and be an opportunity to finally trade against the TRX trading pair. We're going to start this early, and while it decides to continue working, we will be doing the Zen giveaway from last night's show. Also, guys, we are going to have a Horizon Zen giveaway for tonight's show. So after this show is over, leave a... That's right.
More Zen.
You're welcome.
We
You're
love the
welcome.
Zen. Zen's been good to our community.
They have. So in the comment section below, go ahead and leave that ZEN wallet address with whatever comment you want. The only requirements are you must like the video and you must be subscribed to the channel for your entry to count and to be a winner. So this is the show from last night. Once again, guys, we did do these recorded videos over the weekend. For some of you who did not catch last night's live show, we had a stock technical analysis over the weekend, as well as an Icon ICX review. We did have some ICX TA for the Discord and Patreon members as well. So shout out to you guys for having that. So let's go ahead and grab this video. Copy that. See if this one's to work this time. Amount of unique commenters, 49. Here we go. Let's start the random winner. And the winner is Peter Wozniak. What's up, my friend? Show Holy Weekend. There you go. Oh, have been waiting for the show Holy Weekend. There you go.
Another big supporter of ours.
Good to see some familiar names winning these. I know the past few have been won by not so familiar names, so shout out to you for tuning in and participating in these giveaways day after day, month after month, and you guys have been here from the beginning, so I will be sending you that Zen tomorrow, and it's as easy as that, guys, so don't forget to enter for the Zen giveaway. Leave a comment in the comment section below with your ZEN wallet address. What do we got going on over here in the chat box? A lot of people just hanging out, chatting away. We got English Chit Chat saying Rapids is doing great. There we go. Chris Canine is talking about Rapids as well.
I'm going to go back here real quick and just show this square chart again because a few people talking about it here, because you can see here from this major high, the OP was setting here at 19.8, and that's basically where we closed tonight. So there isn't real selling volume coming in on square. So I think that's still a survivor here. And again, I think this was done on news. That's probably the left shoulder, I think. This was more of a head. And I think we probably have already bottomed here, 67 and change, or we're going to just mouse around here for a day or two and give you one more chance. Like I said, I still don't think the technometer is going to give you, look at this real quick. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get below 41, I would think, on the technometer. So if we get that, I think it's really good. And if we don't get it, then I think it's going to go without it. Somebody mentioned Aurora, what is it, Aurora Cannabis? I think Jay mentioned that.
I think Aurora is one that can be kind of positioned for the future only because they are starting to create partnership agreements and ownership in other products and other companies. So not only are they relying on their underlying foundation, but they're branching out and spending some of the funds they probably got from this stock rise and putting it into other other companies.
They just did 11,000 pounds of marijuana, so, which was interesting. But here is Telray. We gave this buy live on air, and we did have the sell up here at 52 and change this day. So software caught that little rally. That's what I moved from 89 to 140.
Whoa.
So shout out to Pulse the Market Software on that one. And that's all I need to go. I'll let you go back to your thing if you got something to. What's up, Hugo?
We got a lot of people in here chatting away, and then we got QJ asking for a BAT chart if possible. And then Wonderful Bricks is asking for a TRX chart if possible. So I'll do a couple things while you take a look at those, and we'll get going on that. So, talking about Rapids real quick, just a quick brief update since people are talking about it, as we do have this. So Rapids did announce with the expansion of their team, there is some more team members that have not been announced, that they are going to do a free rebranding. It's going to be a new logo, new website, rewritten white paper, et cetera, et cetera. They really want to have consistency across the board, across all products, all websites, all future products, exchanges, et cetera, and bring it really to life, moving into the mainnet token swap happening in first quarter of 2019, where staking and masternodes will go live. All right, so sanctions remove Iran from SWIFT. Will it switch to crypto as planned? This week, the U.S. officially removed Iran from the Society of Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. That's a mouthful. Disallowing the Central Bank of the Islamic Republic of Iran from working with financial institutions worldwide. Iran could eye a switch to crypto as a response, as it hinted in early 2018. Now, they're not talking about just Bitcoin and any cryptocurrency, but really switching their fiat currency over to a blockchain technology and to a crypto as well. So that'll be interesting. Obviously, I'm not fond of the Petro, and I'm probably not going to be fond of this. I really think that any cryptocurrency that is being hosted by the government really defeats the purpose for the true vision of cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and a global peer-to-peer digital ecosystem. But we'll keep an eye on that. But merchants are already using crypto. Several large businesses, including a major hotel booking platform in Iran, have started to accept crypto as a payment method. Quote, many people still look at cryptocurrencies and say, I won't use this, but already in 2018, people are getting into the situation where they have to use cryptocurrencies as their only payment option, or else they can't conclude their trade. This is how Bitcoin will eventually be adopted. We are starting to see that governments are almost having their hand forced pertaining to the utilization of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, whether it's in Venezuela, Brazil, and these other third world countries where their fiat currency has already collapsed, or here we are seeing with Iran where the United States and the European Union are putting sanctions against their fiat currency, driving citizens to get in a safer, more stable version of monetary value, and that is in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And these are the type of articles that we like to discuss. We like to see how the monetary system is starting to evolve globally, and really how a global currency utilizing Bitcoin or any of these other cryptocurrencies really could be the wave of the future.
7 thumbs down. Cool.
Boom, boom, boom. Love it.
I tell you what, there's no doubt we're getting traction here. So,
I mean, we've
made unbelievable calls off the software, off Nick, fundamentals, you name it. So
I think we've gained 105 subscribers over the last 4 days or something. So that's pretty good.
We've picked up a lot over the last month. So we're just getting comfortable here and getting dug in. And we've got a hell of a community. So we're good on all that. But shout out to the club. Treeman says they got a club joining.
Jet said, any good news for Cardano? Nothing recently really that I can name off the top of my head that is, groundbreaking, but if you go to their website, they're always updating their roadmap and all their roadmap goals, so I'll definitely check that out. Again, Cardano is one of those that's going to be a slow mover because they're doing everything peer-reviewed, and they want it, once it's released into the wild, to be bug-proof and working appropriately, so they're not really trying to build hype, but they're trying to build product, and the foundation is then in charge of trying to garnish partnerships and exchange listings so the liquidity and the network utilization can grow along with the price action moving forward.
I'm going to go back here real quick, and the software, don't hold me to the OP readings. The 5-minute OPs are working, but the dailies are having a little bit of an issue. One thing I wanted to show here on Bitcoin USDT is we just came off really a pretty much oversold technometer reading. So I like the way they came off that 6360 low. A little strength here above that 6,500, I think, would let us see if we can get another rally going. But interesting, Bitcoin USD is overbought right now in the technometer because that volume is leading us higher. So I'm getting a few different readings here. And I got out a few coins here. TRX, I know we had a buy on that on the software back at the lows. And volume is hitting new lows while price keeps holding. Looks like we're testing that again. But I thought TRX would continue to try to work higher. And then, we got BAT. Let's go over that one real quick.
And XRP.
I'm using TradingView because I have some 5-minute charts I'm going to go over tonight because, again, we're still having a few issues. And I don't want to put up charts that might have some data points wrong because we're just still missing some data. So this is BAT. We had the 24 buy back here, which was previous fourth wave. So really we still got support around this 22.5, 24 area, which we're really back down to. I guess I talked about it finding support here at 29 and rallying up for a B wave. I still think it's probably cheap here and we'll have some type of rally back up here at the 31, 32 area. And then Ripple. The Ripple 5-minute chart I'll show here when I come back. Everything's kind of in lockstep, so I think Ripple still just looks good for higher prices. This was my bearish count, which was an ABC that topped out here. I mentioned that as a possibility if you were bearish, but then otherwise it's a 1-2, kind of a 1-2, which means we dragged this over some on the third wave. But if it holds here and turns back up, we still could have a lot higher price levels in XRP here. But the bearish count would be this ABC that I threw in on top of it, which I could make a different color so it'd be easier to see. But so far I still like the action in XRP. So that's all.
Sweet. take a look over in the chat box and see if we have any major questions. It looks like a bunch of people are just chatting. Nothing too major over here, so I'm going to go ahead and go with another crypto news article, and this one is to protect your bags. So yesterday we were talking about the BCH fork and what we would do around that, and also the Neo Super hard fork that I said to avoid like the plague, because I think that might be a phishing for your private keys and a scam altogether. Not worth the risk based on the potential reward. So here is an exit scam potentially for a crypto exchange. Crypto exchange delists high-profile tokens and users allege sell-off. What does that mean? Between September and October, Liquid.io delisted 25 token pairs. A shrill Reddit user believes that sign points to an exit scam in progress. Liquid.io has been delisting a lot of their coins lately, including some of their top 10 volume coins. So these aren't just any sheet coin or things that aren't producing, but some of the top volume driving coins. If it is a top volume coin, that means it is a top revenue coin for that exchange as well, which really wouldn't make sense to delist. But you'll see why potentially here in a second. Including some of their top 10 volume coins like BAT, Basic Attention Token. Meanwhile, they gave customers just 15 days to withdraw after delisting, approximately a month after announcement, to withdraw their coins. People that are on vacation, hodling, sick are likely to miss their announcements. It seems like this short announcement time has a reason. Liquid already started to liquidate $300K USD worth of assets. BAT was in the first batch of 13 tokens delisted. The post gives an address here, which people are assuming is the Liquid exchange address, and alleges that this address belongs to Liquid, that they are therefore laundering pilfered balances from clients who do not withdraw or liquidate their positions. So in layman's terms, what is Liquid doing here? They're saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and delist BAT. You got 15 days to get your coins off the exchange. Otherwise, we can't do any more withdrawal requests or trades. Any coins that are not taken off, it's not like they just disappear or go back to the BAT Foundation. Liquid still holds those, and they're still on the blockchain in their wallet. So now they can simply send those off into Binance in this example, and they will go ahead and sell them at market. Therefore, they are netting the fiat value or netting the Bitcoin value for those altcoins. Pretty ingenious way for an exchange to get away with an exit scam without just closing the doors and taking all the funds of their clients, who are then going to complain. Because if somebody isn't paying attention enough to take their coins off in 30 days, they hope that they're not going to pay attention for long enough that they can get away with this. Apparently, this is not the first, the second, the third, but about 15 coins this has all happened to, much of which are high volume driving coins. And so far, they've gotten over 300K worth of USD value out of this. Kind of ingenious, if you ask me, but definitely a new version of an exit scam. If you are on Liquid.io, this says nothing about the trading over there. You might still be safe, but I think I would tell you it is such a small exchange with the exchange risk, you might as well just move it to Binance. If the ERC20 token is not trading on Binance, Coinbase, Bittrex, then just go ahead and download my Ether wallet and move it over there. You now hold the private keys, and you truly hold those ERC20 tokens you're interested in buying and using for the future. So keep an eye on that. If you have exchange any funds over there, be careful, guys, because it looks like they are working things up now. And if this keeps circulating and more people are complaining about this, they might just close the doors for good and just have an all-in-one exit scam on your hands. You got any charts over there, Todd, or anything to talk about?
Nope. Yeah, I got a few charts. When don't I have charts? So, like I said, the 5-minute data is populating extremely well with the software now. I just wanted to show this for anybody that's trying to shorter term trade, and also how it fits in with the LA wave theory, because a triangle is a continuation pattern. So this pattern would have been a fourth wave. If you're just trading that pattern, yeah, you probably could have caught that. But the thing was here, volume was selling off during that triangle while it was holding higher lows, which is what we're having on some of these daily charts. But then you'd be expecting a fifth wave out of that. And what happens on a fifth wave normally is you don't have any volume. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping, which means it was getting a little long in the tooth with no volume behind it. This is Bitcoin Cash USD. I don't have USDT or BTC at the moment to try to compare those, because again, I'd like to merge all three together and see if a chart looks like this. But that would tell you that that was probably a fifth wave. So I was looking for it just to come back down to previous fourth wave support, or this previous fourth wave support, which it did do, but it has continued a little bit weaker. I still like the way it looks here, but then here on the downside, on a smaller basis, we have new lows in the volume while price holds. That gave us this big bar, which was what, about 515 to 555. And now we're just bouncing around again. So intraday, if you can chart this volume, it definitely helps you even to try to trade some patterns. So I just kind of wanted to show that. That was a Bitcoin USDT showing volume still hitting new lows while price is trying to hold, which is why I'm still a little friendly here. Here's Dash, volume coming to new lows, new highs in price. Nice little updraft here. So I think Dash has been holding up well here. I think that could be a leader. Here's ETC USD, new lows in volume, price holding up. Here's Ethereum, which is volume new lows, price holds, and then price does come down while volume holds, which is, if you look on the course, that's a double divergence. So it's going to be interesting what Ethereum does here. We've had it in the Discord. I am friendly on Ethereum for at least another rally here. Here was somebody in Discord asked about Factum, FCT. I just showed the hugely oversold technometer reading down here, which gave us the quick rally today. And then that was the volume on FCT. There was, I think that's a 1-2 or an AB. And here's XLM. You can see everything pretty well in lockstep here. You're not going to find anything wrong throughout this. This last little sell-off in XLM had no volume behind it. That's the only little minor thing going on here. It did come back down to previous support. So that one still acts well. And then you got XRP, which, again, not much to say on the chart. Everything's pretty well in lockstep. So that's all. And there's PundyX USD. Somebody asked about that. Not much to say. Just sideways and asleep. So.
Cool. We got Jay Stevens saying, is Tether ever going to allow a real audit? Talk about a scam if they keep printing coins out of thin air and using it to fleece people's BTC. Thoughts, fellas? We've been saying for USDT that we've been using it and had no problems with it. When it was down to 80 cents and people were panic selling, we said, just wait, it'll be back to $1. It did do that. Obviously, it's seeing more FUD, and a price drop to 96 cents. When it got back to $1, we said, if you have any concerns with USDT, then why are you still using it? At these prices, these are accumulation levels for BTC. You can move into BTC, or now there are other opportunities or other options for other fiat-pegged currencies with, you got True USD, you got just USD on Coinbase and some other exchanges. You got USDC, you got the Gemini coin. There's tons of audited stable coins now if you're concerned with USD Tether. Who knows what happens overnight? Maybe there'll be some more FUD with it. But once again, this happened several times. It happened back in April of 2017. It bounced back. It's people keep saying if it moves, if it's 99 cents, they're like, oh, it's decoupled from the dollar. USDT is still a traded asset. USDT is rarely ever exactly $1. Usually it's plus or minus 2 cents. So anything outside of that standard deviation is a little bit of a concern. But again, you might have cost yourself a bunch of money if you were selling down in the 80s when we said it was going to come back to $1. And hopefully if you're that worried about USDT that you'll stop using it at the next opportunity. When it got to $1, we presented that on the live show a few times, so hopefully people don't worry. And you say printing money, yeah, it is to an extent, but the thing is, they're not going to guarantee that it's backed by $1, but they're only making money off of the transaction costs. They're not able to do USDT to, I guess.
I don't think there'll ever be an audit either, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever going to produce one.
Nobody wants to put their name on an audit, I don't think.
So, I mean...
But I still think the money's there.
Yeah, I mean, whether the money's there or not, it's still being used. It's still going ups and downs with the FUD. And I would just say next time it's at $1, if you're that concerned, move into Bitcoin, because I think these prices are good right here. Or try to use one of these other stable coins, which have a lot less coin supply because they are verified. You know, USDC has a very small coin supply, but it's verified. Gemini Dollar, same thing. And TrueUSD, the same thing. So you can move to those. The downside is you don't have near as many trading pairs. It's not on near as many exchanges and has way less volume. So if something really was to happen there's a lot less volume to try to catch some of those cryptocurrencies from being unpegged from the dollar as well. So.
And then
Jay Stevens says, I just use BTC whenever I'm out of alts. At these levels, I really think that's the best idea. Some people want to have some cash on the sidelines. But again, I really think that right now is the accumulation phase, or the Wyckoff accumulation phase. And on a lot of these coins, especially Bitcoin, which is still the index of this whole cryptocurrency ecosystem, the charting software has been giving us several buys, no sells, and that is for a reason. We are accumulating at these levels as the upside objectives are way higher. And I'm not worried about $100, $200, or even $500 moves in Bitcoin right now. I'm worried about how can I make some altcoin trades to make more Bitcoin? How can I continue to take $100, $200 out of each paycheck and buy Bitcoin and really try to fatten up the Bitcoin bag so that during this next bull cycle that is coming, because BACT is coming next month, ErisX is coming, a Bitcoin ETF is coming, institutions are getting involved, and people are starting to understand this. And the interest from retail investors is starting to grow as well. But they're not going to jump in, FOMO in, until some price action starts occurring and it starts showing up in mainstream media. And that's what I think. That's what I'm doing, and that's what I probably recommend you guys to do.
I know some of the channels said no one's going to buy it because of ETFs, because they can trade futures right now. And institutional money, hedge funds, everything can go to the futures market easily right now. But not all those firms are allowed to trade futures contracts for clients.
Show me the money.
And also, you know, I'll guarantee you, this crowd here knows almost nobody that has a commodity account. So nobody is really using, you know, no average person and nobody that can easily go to an ETF is going to the futures contracts. The ETF is simple. I mean, if you can go into Schwab, Fidelity, and pick up Bitcoin, that's still a game changer. It's not a game changer until we get the sentiment turned. But when price starts acting better, then you're going to have everybody coming right back in and chasing this thing.
Dominique says Todd is a bit quiet. That's probably because the limp brisket he's got going on with his microphone lately. He's not talking into the butt of it. He's talking.
No, you moved it. Now it don't sound as good. The other night they said I need to turn it up. So,
Hilton Stone with a $2 super chat. View on DGB, seen weakness as per the last forecast.
Because I'm quiet because all I'm doing is arguing with my developers right now because they're screwing up my game. So
ruining the game right when we need it.
I know we can. This is DGB. I know last time I talked about this with the software, I was saying it didn't look well and it wasn't acting well, and I thought it'd come a little bit lower. So we've had that, and I'll check here when I go to break if I can bring up a 5-minute chart. Because you know, software was working perfectly until I tried to get the subscribers version up. That's going to be so much easier on even what I do. So
show me the money.
I just got the developers working on that. Hopefully get that done. People throwing money. So you know,
show me the money.
I'm quiet because I really need the software on a daily basis, not just the 5-minute charts. Because I'm not doing much day trading, swing trading here. I'm really trying to get these markets to firm up and have a big run to the upside.
There we go. Well, shout out to Mohan with the $2 super chat. He said, those 10 downvotes, keep it going, Jets. I love the downvotes because you know why? That means somebody who is not interested in our show is giving us a view, and I will take those pennies from you each and every day. Appreciate that. Let's keep pumping up our views by coming in and hitting the downvote. Thank you. And shout out to Michael Barker with the $5 super chat. Michael, I mean, I need a question, I need a comment or a concern. Make us earn that $5. Really appreciate it, my friend. And we appreciate all of you who give back to us via super chats, donations, Patreon, whatever it may be. If you're interested, go over to Patreon and check out our tiers, as we have a nice group of individuals over in Discord that we were talking to throughout the day, almost on a 24/7 basis, posting charts, fundamentals, and Palm Beach discussions as well.
Jay Stevens earlier said to buy some weed stocks and wait for what, UK and Germany, I think he said, on allowing medicinal, and then just sell it.
I'm rich, bitch!
And be rich. He said it, I didn't.
Right now, I do think the pot stocks have had a nice run up. It's given a lot back, but I still think they're currently a little overvalued, but I think it still could be a good hold moving into the long term as it continues to become not only medicinally legal, but recreationally legal. And the companies that are around now who have the infrastructure and the foundation ready to keep up with the increased demand will prosper. It doesn't only need to be groweries, though. You know, it doesn't only have to be farms. It can be distributors. It can be package providers. It can be the tools behind the industry as well that will make profits moving forward.
A female friend of mine told me I could get a medicinal card easily. I could just talk about being older, stressed out because I manage money, trade Bitcoin, have headaches. I shake a lot. So I guess I'll be getting a medicinal card. Actually, I don't think I will be. So.
All right. We got any more questions, comments, concerns, charts you want us to take a look at? Also, pertaining to that DGB chart, Todd has been saying that it was looking weak. It has fallen a little bit more. But like I always said, DGB is the oldest and longest, or not the oldest, but the longest UTXO, is really branching out not only from the peer-to-peer transactional sector, but also the security sector with DigiID, and also moving into the protocol sector with DigiAssets that they just announced as well. I think it's got a solid team, solid fundamentals, and one that whenever I have a little extra spare change, I pick up a few as it is only trading somewhere around 2 or 3 cents. So that's pretty easy. You know, I know it's a unit bias thing, but hey, if I got $1 or $2 and I can pick up 5, 6, 700 of them, I go ahead and add that to the bag every now and again.
Add to the bag.
Add to that bag. Mohan's wanting you to take a look at AMD. For those of you who do not know, AMD is a graphics card and CPU creator, has ties to the esports industry as well as cryptocurrency due to crypto miners. During the run of cryptocurrencies in 2017, AMD and NVIDIA were big beneficiaries due to all the miners going out and hoarding all the GPUs to accumulate Bitcoin and altcoins.
And we gave a buy on the bad news down here at 1775. Again, I think that's kind of like Square. I think it's cheap here. I think AMD is probably a decent risk to have here. And then while you're talking about that, I'm going to bring up Twitter, where I'm still long. And bought that in IC at 28.75, I believe it was, or 85. Technometer didn't give us a sell and hasn't given us a buy, but I like the action there. If this market is good on the Dow, et cetera, I think Twitter's going to be one that's going to get chased at some point. And hell, we use Twitter all the time, so I think Twitter's cheap here.
We got somebody asking if you can look at a NEO chart, an ETC chart, and then a Roku stock chart.
I'm having troubles with the software, so I'm not going to be able to bring it up there. I mean, I know on NEO 1555, I mean, it had the same type of chart as everybody else. Volume coming down and price trying to hold, but it's not acting as well as a lot of them. So, I do know we came off, I had this triangle up here, Elliott Wave, and you would think that was the complete move out of that triangle. Since then, it's, it looks like another triangle, but this one might be trying to fool people. So I still like NEO down here. Hopefully the next day or two I can give you some technometer readings, etc. I know we had a buy down near the lows once on NEO a couple times. That's all I got right now.
And Ethereum Classic?
Ethereum Classic.
Moving a little bit up 2.5% now all of a sudden.
Right. I mean, that's the... not much to brag about there on that chart either, for real.
No, sir.
I mean, that chart's horrible. And then we had... we had a previous buy at 955, so we've got losses on it there. So ETC's been hard to chart, and the software hasn't helped me much there. So can't give much on the ETC as well.
All right. We got somebody saying that silver is super cheap. We got Kujay saying in South Africa, weed is legal for recreational, no card needed. That is awesome. General Lee says, what's going on with ICX going down big the last couple of days? Their release of more tokens due to the way that their inflationary rate is set up. I think it was something like an 18% inflationary rate over the past few months. That's why you're seeing the market cap jump, which some people are fearing, so they are dumping their coins as well. On Todd's chart that we talked about yesterday, he did say that he's looking for a rally, I think above 77 cents before he got really excited and thought that we could keep trickling out. If you watch the ICX review, I still think ICX is well positioned for the future from a fundamental perspective. I said that if we see some more drops or a big capitulation wick, that would be an opportunity to take advantage and add to your ICX bag or get an ICX bag with the partnerships with not only cryptos such as Wan Chain and Aeon, but they just created partnerships with the South Korean government for 3 new projects. One is ICX ID, one is for voting, and then one is for an S coin or a South Korean reward coin to be built upon the ICX blockchain as well. I really think those are going to be really important for the utilization moving into the next into the next bull run, and really when the market kind of stops being irrational. Right now, not a lot of hype for ICX, a lot of FUD, and then since the inflation rate has been high, there is no new buyers to soak up the new coins, and that is why you're seeing the price continue to drag down a little bit the past few days.
And I had stated right that I thought it was just going to keep no reason to buy, and it might bleed a little lower.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what it's doing. It's kind of like the DGB was acting. So.
What's that low there? Yeah, what's
low?
that? 45?
45.
I think I put alerts to keep an eye on that low. You're on the 4 hour? Yeah,
And
I
we're
think that's what I
almost
was looking
taking
for.
this 52.5 low out. Yeah, that chart wasn't as strong. There's classic 920 to 940, so that was a nice bar.
There we go. My last public buy here on the show was at $9.13. You guys got anything else for us? It is 7:21, but like we said, there really wasn't a lot of news going on. There wasn't a ton of fundamentals that we had, dire things we need to talk about. And of course, the software is not working 100%, so we have very limited coin pairs. But we didn't want to leave you guys hanging on the red day. I know a lot of you guys look to us to be kind of your calming voice and understanding that it takes patience in markets. Things can't go up forever. And I think a lot of people who don't trade on the traditional side get over emotional because they've only been in cryptos and everything when they first started, they're buying at highs and everything's moving so fast. It takes patience for price appreciation and price development to occur and for market cycles to occur as well. If you've been in cryptos for longer than a year, for a couple of years, we've already had 1, 2, 3, 4 of these bull and bear cycles, some longer, some shorter, but it's all part of the process, and we're continuing to move higher on the grand picture. If you zoom out, when in doubt, just zoom out and see what Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market cap has done over the past several years, and I think you understand that this will be a mere blip on the chart after the next market cycle.
All aboard!
I was about to point to the rocket, but it looks like our rocket over there is having a limp brisket as well.
The cleaning guy is here today, and he always
struggling
knocks that
a little
over.
bit. Tell him to.
He thinks that's not important, I guess, that I got a rocket in my middle
Tell
of
him to
my
keep
room.
careful with that rocket. That thing was like $60 on Amazon. He's gonna have to buy a new one.
He always
Tossing
moves
it
it out of the
around.
way. He doesn't understand how important that is. I think Litecoin is acting weaker, but I think it's also trying to make a low here at this 48.25 level. I didn't like it overlapping here, and I think that's one that probably should be traded on the next rally if we get it, because it's trading a little bit heavy if you're wanting to be short term on it. But yeah, that one, disappointment here after doing a 56 back to 49. Not cool.
Michael Barker said, I bought a bunch of ETC a few months back. Big mistake. I'm sure you're probably referring to you bought into the Coinbase pump and didn't manage to sell that off. Still like the long term of ETC, so, I think that's all right. If you bought before the Coinbase pump, you're about net even. If you bought into the pump, well, that means you're going to be holding a little bit longer. I think the opportunity cost is not too high on ETC, as it does have upside objectives, in my opinion. And it's one that right now at these levels, I've been preaching to accumulate in mine. It's been right in this $9 trading range here for a while. So if you're dollar cost averaging, you can dollar cost average that bag down, or you can mine it and generate some passive income and stack a bag that way as well.
AGI, BTC, and USD, the chart's not doing much. I mean, it looked like it was washed out trying to rally some here. I don't have much to say on that one. Pretty low volume. And somebody mentioned ROKU Raku. I do not have that in the stock software, but I made a note to add it, so we can talk about that hopefully next time.
All right.
And I guess that was...
Jay Stevens says, Nick, what is going on with Bcash? Will ABC fork crash? Well, we talked a lot about that in depth over this week and on Saturday with our Patreon and Discord members, but we also talked about it briefly in last night's show if you want to try to catch that. Essentially, I'm saying if you were still holding BCH, that I think that this is a contentious hard fork of an already contentious project in BCH. I think that it is going to be bad news for both Bitcoin ABC and Bitcoin Cash ABC and Bitcoin Cash SV moving forward. They're going to be battling each other. They both have a lot of money, so they're going to be playing some dirty tricks behind the scenes on each other's networks as well, trying to game the system, trying to do double spend attacks, trying to steal miners, and I think it's going to be pretty ugly for already a very niche community to begin with. I think a lot of individuals that if you still hold it on this rally or any further rally moving into the snapshot on the 15th, I am not interested in holding either of those coins. Really three, I guess. I got BCH, BCH ABC, and BCH SV. I would just take the profits and run, move it to Bitcoin, or that could be what's happening with the price after the snapshot. I think there will be a massive sell-off in either both chains or one chain. I would much rather take that risk off the table, take the profits, and move it into another opportunity. There's plenty of opportunities in this market. I know you like 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 cryptos. Move it to those or stash your bag full of some Bitcoin. I just don't want to risk it, guys. And I mean, this looks like a classic buy the rumor, sell the news. The snapshot is going to happen. This thing is going to dump. And I think that both of those forks are going to struggle because they're going to be beating up on each other. Roger Ver is too stubborn to let Craig win, and Craig is too stubborn to let Roger Ver win. They're going to be playing dirty behind the scenes, and that scares me.
PPT, not looking well there really either, so I don't know. I'm still looking weak.
All right, we got Kanan in here from Vercoin. Shout out to you, Kanan, but we are about to wrap it up. You were late today, but make sure to get involved in the Zen giveaway. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment in the comment section below with that ZEN wallet address for a chance to win. We got Jack over here saying, I'm starting to think any bull run is going to be very slow. Coinbase closing their institutional index a few weeks back isn't inspiring me with lots of confidence that institutions are raring to go. Here's the thing, Jack. The closing of the institutional index is because they came out with the Coinbase bundle. Essentially, Coinbase bundle and the institutional wing of Coinbase were serving the same purpose. What do I mean by this? For the institutional wing, you had to have a minimum. I think it was $250,000. Well, of course, that limits some things. When they came out with the Coinbase bundle, it is essentially the same custodian mechanism that the institutions can still use. The only difference is retail investors can use it as well. A minimum of $25 to participate in the Coinbase bundle, up to a maximum of whatever you want. So they felt that having both of those products was just kind of overlapping, was overhead expense and development that was not necessary. So they are pushing institutions to the Coinbase bundle as well, as it theoretically serves the exact same purchase. They can put $100,000 in, it separates it market cap weighted for the assets that they support and puts them into their Coinbase wallet where they are insured. Coinbase is an exchange, so it has the same security as well. So I do not think that is a negative by any means. I know a lot of people were kind of saying that, but if you read some of the write-ups from Coinbase themselves, essentially there's two products serving the same function. So they get rid of one, and the other one can handle institutional investors as well as retail investors. So there's no need to have both.
Nick sounds like he almost knows what he's talking about. If he doesn't know, he sure does make you think he knows. And we're going to take a quick break.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
Holy moly!
That's what we're doing. All pork blasters coming in.
Pork blasters are coming soon. Now, do I think it's going to be an immediate from here to parabolic? No. I mean, look at all the historical bull runs. It's not parabolic, but the dollar values are there. You're looking at 10% a day, 5% a day, and then all of a sudden you hit that that parabolic movement where you have the blow off top, and then we restart all again, go into a bear market, and start the next market cycle. Like I've been saying, I think this next market cycle is going to, the tide will raise all boats. Many of these altcoins will see massive gains as well. And then after that, you will need to have some utilization or revenue or value prop to survive in this ecosystem.
I've got balls of steel.
Waiting to.
I'm rich, bitch!
Have the pork blasters. That's what's coming, guys. You know, we can preach that. And right now, a lot of people have been short for a long time. But all I can say is we've been making some great trades over here. We've been accumulating, and the Bitcoin price has been holding. We've been showing you guys how to proof of stake, masternode, mine. And, you know, you guys are going to reward in the end. You guys are accumulating. You're fattening up those bags. Some with them free coins on masternode staking and mining. And things are still looking solid to me. I think that about wraps it up. A lot of new names popping in right now. That is awesome to see you guys here. Welcome, Dish. Welcome some of these others. And that's all we got for tonight, probably, unless there's any final words from Todd.
Well, I'm going to Bitcoin Cash. You can see here the issues I'm talking about. The 5-minute work. The daily is having an issue here, filling in some data. I will say I think the technometer is coming down to, you know, really to oversold levels, which gave us the low back here at 441 and 420, and gave us the rally that we was looking for. So I still think BCH could be okay here. So we'll watch that on a short-term chart and talk about it more tomorrow.
There we go.
It's 7:30. We are out of here.
I thought there was one more question. John Roberts says, staking still worth it? Oh, yes. Stake away. You can do it on your desktop, home computer. You can do it within several applications on My Staking Wallet, etc. Staking is free money. You're getting reward to verify the transactions on a network and provide security to the network in the underlying asset that you're holding. So obviously it's an asset you believe in, so you can keep staking that coin for the bull run, or take your rewards and roll it into Bitcoin or US dollars. That is why I've been staking this whole time. I have super nodes every single day. Per super node, I get 0.4 Zen. That is about $7 a day from every node, every single day in Zen, that I'm just accumulating and letting it sit over on a Ledger hardware wallet. That's how that process works, and that's how you get well positioned for the next rally.
Carrie's birthday's next week.
Oh, man.
Next Tuesday. Somebody
said any end-of-year predictions. The end of year is only a month away. No predictions for the end of the year. All I know is that Backed will be the start and the first catalyst for institutional investors and the rally in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, which does launch next month. I think the real fun begins in Q1 of 2019 as more and more products start to hit, as well as the tax obligations will be over at that point as well. So that is what I'm looking for. Q1 of 2019, I think this fun really begins. And until then, we're going to continue to try to have some swing trades, some accumulating positions, and have some fun here on the show while positioning for the next rally.
Bitcoin 10,000.
All aboard! There it is. Bitcoin 10,000 end of year. You heard it here first. So until next time,
Gotta bring
guys,
the trolls out.
Stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto.
Peace out.
Don't forget to go over to learncrypto.io and patreon.com/learncrypto to see everything we can offer outside of YouTube. See you guys later, and we will see you lucky 22 individuals over in the Discord tonight. Peace out.
Peace out.
Oh, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you gotta be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.